And they said, well, what's the problem? I said, well, he doesn't listen to his parents. He's just miserable. He said all kinds of language I don't understand where that comes from. Maybe too much TV, I don't know. He stays up late. He's not going to school. And they said, doesn't go to school? I said, well, no, he hasn't been not going to school. Well, when did he drop out? Drop out? He hasn't started. He's only 4 years old. So then I started discovering, going through all of that, and didn't take accountability up, and I figured, every time I put my hand up, Dwayne's going to pick on me anyway, because I'm a tall guy like he is, and he's a big guy, and I figured he's going to go after me. So I had my hand up, and he didn't ask the question. Every time I had up, he never picked me. So towards the end, I'm like, okay, he's not going to go. What's his hand on choices? Go on up there. Well, I was really hoping he wasn't going to pick me. I figured, So I got up there and told my story, which most of you heard were there. And then when I went back home, I said, there's no way I'm going to go on Focus. 3 days of discovery, that was a lot of work and a lot of effort. Good stuff. That was it. But guess what? I signed up for Focus. Next thing I know, it's 4 days of Focus. I'm telling people, I'm going back to Vegas for another 4-day seminar. Coming from Vancouver to hot weather Vegas, that was, come on, we're right, we're going to do it. Seminar. So I walk in, and I'm sitting outside, waiting to come into Focus. And I hear all the rumors from people. I hear that they really get you mad in here, and you're just angry when you want to leave there. We walk in the room, there's 26 chairs in kind of a U shape, and you sit down, and there's little Joyce over there. And I went, oh, there's nothing to worry about. Little Joyce. Then we got to know Joyce better, and all I can think about is the Star Wars theme. Luke, the Focus is with you. Every time I thought I had what I wanted to say, like all of us did, we had it together. You're not going to catch me. I'm going to stand up, put it out there, and be able to sit down. Joyce, had that little look, she'd kind of sit there and she'd raise her eyebrows. It's like, really? And then it came, and she asked me to shave off my mustache. I was with John. We went for dinner, and I said, I thought I did really good. I stood my ground. I wasn't going to shave my beard or my mustache, but I knew why, because I had the confidence that I wanted to keep it. So I told him, I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk to Joyce and say, I want to stand up and say, why? Because I knew that I had to get her. Walked in, I'd like an opportunity to express myself about this. I heard she let it go. I sat there like. Sure, by the time before we get started, Phil wants to say something. So I stood up there. I didn't want to take off my mustache and beard because of this, and this. I was telling my story. Joyce over the corner went. And then she asked the question, why do you feel whatever? And I went, okay. By the time I was done, I was going to ask for a pair of tweezers to take my every so often, all on the BBS, the Bolton board, when we got the visions, I kept being asked about my beard and mustache. And I actually had a little picture I created. And some people bought into it.
Okay, I would say that was deceitful. Thank you.
So then I had ugly visions with Focus. We get to the day where then she picked out our stretches. Oh. And then wound up Kat, the only other guest, quiet person. Me, quiet person. And Sarah, very quiet person. I remember we get up there, and they said, you're going to be doing silent service. And then he started talking about everybody's little skit. And Ron and Dave were going to do their skit, and I still have nightmares about that. And obviously, Dave has problems. Like I said, he stands at the airport going, would that wash you? And I stickiest walk being the one that has the M upside down. I still do, but we think do our human thing, but oh boy, talk about getting.
Oh, that was going to be awesome.
He's really getting to like that too much.
Yeah.
He's trying on the high heels there, trying to. I think I got size 13. Did he ever find a pair of little shoes that?
In babies?
I make a mistake. No, there's no challenge there, please. I don't want to video on that one. But we did go to do silent service, and then Joyce said, silent service will not do any talking from now until it's over. And I went, and I looked over at Sarah, and I like to tease her. And I'll tell you, if those words that come out of her mouth, a Navy man was.
I remember that.
I'm sure it was. And then we go out doing our search for stuff, and there, and it's Kathy, Sarah going, Phil.
We weren't saying Phil. We weren't saying.
No, you were going.
No.
Yeah.
She goes, one of you put your hand in the wall, okay. And then we go out and do our stretches, and going around trying to get people to do the chicken dance. Sarah was like, just right at it. Couple of snack Then we're sitting at the focus, like, that's it, I'm done. Next thing I know, I've signed up for Visions. Get to the first weekend of Visions, and we go through the process of Visions. And on Saturday morning comes along, and I'm sitting there eating my breakfast. And this kind, friendly person called Kathy comes and sits down beside me. I think she's on a recon mission myself. They didn't know each one of us. She sat there talking to us, and I told her my story. Went through the session. By the time the end of the weekend came, and we had to do this, we Chinese box grill and put stuff in the box. She'd come along and put stuff in the box. I had all kinds of visions of what was going to be in that box. And every time I thought I'd have to pull one of hers. So when I got home, I noticed hers were folded larger and mine were folded really small. So I was actually nice. I took all hers and folded really tight, small too, so I didn't know which one was which. Took a chance. And that was okay. Then I knew which one was hers when I pulled it up. Okay, that's not bad. Coaching cords, stuff like that. And then I remember sitting there one night, and I just sat down, turned on my fireplace, poured myself a nice great glass of wine. And I reached the box and I pulled out one. Do not drink any liquor. Do not drink any liquor for a month.
A month?
Sat on my I put it in the box. So I give myself, I am not going to try drinking anything unless I really choose to. But I pulled it up after I had the glass of wine. So I sat on it and I finished my glass of wine. Then I went, okay, now let's go. Well, a glass of wine, and I started with it. Was I going to pour out a nice big glass of red wine? There's some priorities here.
That's right. Can't waste one. Waste not, want not.
Oh my God. You had already told that.
What? No, I had the wine first. I pulled it. I didn't put it back.
We posted that.
I just sat on it for a moment. Just simply
I remember.
Anyways, the bulletin board turned out pretty good. Every time I go to post on there, I got this good. And somewhere along the way, I mentioned about comedy or something. Next thing I know, and it's going back and forth between the two of them. Did you have? Why did I put it out there? Come back at you.
Because the universe doesn't know.
We get to this weekend, and there's not a lot of funny stuff that I can say about this weekend because it's been a good weekend. And I thank you for this opportunity. This is actually one of my stretches that I have.
Yay!
By the way, one other stretch that I did have in there was do karaoke.
Woo!
Which wasn't a very big stretch because I've sang karaoke quite often. I do Johnny Cash and I do some Elvis.
Fun.
Where's the
It's my baby, let's make a new place.
Ha ha ha.